Hello there. Hi. This is Dr. Khushboo Shah. This is another Thursday, so another day when I answer one of the questions that are sent in by you. I don't answer it, but I'll do my best to facilitate using the tools of Access Consciousness. Hi, Siley. Thank you for joining in because it's relevant to what you asked. So I'm an Access Consciousness facilitator. I'm a Talk to the Entities facilitator and the founder of an organization called Earthlings. What I'll do is every Thursday I'll take one of the questions sent in by you and do my best to facilitate it using the tools of Access. So today's question is based on relationships. Alright, so first of all, you really have to, one of the first places to start with respect to any relationship is just look at from where are you choosing to be in this relationship. Alright, and that is your foundation of from where you're going to create a relationship that either works for you, that doesn't work for you. Thank you for your question, Ansaidi. So when you're looking at your relationship, you first want to look at where have you chosen it? Have you chosen it from this lack, or have you chosen it from knowing the gift that you all can be for each other? And you really have to look at it, because if you've chosen any relationship, which is most of us out there, because that's how we've been taught to look at relationships, there's something wrong with us, or because you just don't want to be alone, because being alone means something's wrong with you, it means that you're somehow a loser in this reality, or all these other things that are attached to it. So what it creates is therefore a need and a necessity of the relationship you're in, rather than it being a choice. Alright? So look at it. Look at whether the relationship that you are asking about, is it from necessity or is it from choice? If it is from choice, it's light, it's happy. You guys can talk about things, create, generate. If it is from a necessity, then you have to create a lack, and needs are not real, because one of the things that every need that you have isn't real. It's something that you've learned to ask from, okay? But that is not, one of the basic things, my basic point of view in Access Consciousness is that we're infinite beings, alright? Infinite beings with this beautiful body that you are enjoying and having an experience here on planet Earth. So, having said all of that, look at where you're asking for a relationship. Is it from necessity or is it from choice? If it is from necessity, it is from a basic point of view of lack, and a point of view that you lack somewhere, that if they're not with you, there's something wrong with you, or if you're single, there's something wrong with you, there's something wrong with you, there's something wrong with you. That is a lie, okay? That is to keep you trapped. It creates this place where you go into something called as distractors, which is distractor implants, which is if anything's chosen from necessity and not a choice, you're going to start creating a relationship which is basically based on blame, shame, regret, guilt, anger, hate, fury, rage, okay? Not vulnerability, allowance, gratitude, trust, and honor, which are the 5 elements of intimacy. So if your relationship is totally from choice, you will have the 5 elements of intimacy. And if it is from necessity, what you're going to have is distractors governing the relationship, which is blame, shame, regret, guilt, anger, rage, fury, hate. Lots of projections, lot of expectations. Alright? So that's what I would like to give you today is look at this. Look at anything in your life, especially your relationships. Be it your relationships with your parents, be it your relationship with your friends, be it your relationship with your significant other, your boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, whoever. If in any place you've created a necessity of it, it's going to lead to a place of trauma and drama. And we've all done that. We've all been there and done it, where we made a friendship or we made something greater than us because of a basic point of view of lack. Okay? So, look at your relationships today. Look at everything and just ask, is this a necessity or is this a choice? Alright? And if it is a necessity, you want to realize that that's not real. So if I had no need and if this was totally a choice, what would I choose here? What would I choose that would truly work for me? if there was no necessity and it was a choice to be in this relationship, look at that question. If there was no necessity, but there's a choice to be in this relationship, what would I choose here? Alright, what would I be here? What would truly work for you? Alright, so because as I read your question also, Saili, there was a lot where you know this is not working for you. So you kind of know it, but you've created a necessity of this person, and that's going to lead to a lot of blame, shame, regret, guilt, anger, rage, fury, hate, expectations, projections, and all of these things. What if I want to make a choice that may hurt me in the future? Why would you want to make a choice that would hurt you in the future? Again, what necessity of this choice? Then it's not a choice anymore, it's a necessity. You have to look at the difference between choice and necessity. Alright, cool. So I get it. I get, Saili, that where you're coming from is all of these things that you've learned about creating relationships, where is this necessity or not wanting to be alone and these other things that are attached to it. What I can give you today is look at it. If it is a necessity, it's not going to give you all of you. You're going to pretty much make choices that hurt you, not just in the future, but right now as you speak. Alright, so you have to turn it around. You have to turn it around and look at everything. If you were a gift, if you didn't lack, if you didn't need anyone to fulfill you or complete you, but all it was how much fun can I have with this person, what would you choose? Alright, you deeply want to look at this. There are books out there. There are two books that I really recommend, which is Divorceless Relationships by Gary Douglas and Dr. Dean here, the founder of Access Consciousness. You really want to look into it. You want to go through every chapter, every paragraph in detail, in depth, because it'll clear all this stuff out from where we've been choosing relationships. It's really hot today. And the other thing, the other book, one is this, the other one is Relationships, Are You Sure You Want One? And that's another Access Consciousness publication book. Both of them are brilliant. They're practical, they're pragmatic. There are tools for you to get over it. Alright? So you want to look at these things. You want to look at these things. Okay? The basic place to begin with will be, is this relationship a choice or are you doing it from necessity? Alright? If it's from necessity, you want to ask more questions. You want to get clear of all these places you've created a need of someone, because that's a lie. If it is a choice, then you can actually start having fun, exploring, creating, generating together. Whether it is your significant other, whether it's a business partnership, whether it is your parents, whether it is anybody, it needs to reach a place where you wake up and you're like, this is great. This is a total choice that I'm in this relationship. And it'll be a total choice to not be in it. It's just choice. Alright? So, summing it up, if at all you've gone into a necessity of any relationship, it's going to trap you in blame, shame, regret, guilt, and anger, rage, fury, and hate, which will hurt you not just right now, but also in the future. So you want to change this deeply. Alright, check out the books I spoke about. Check out some of the Access Consciousness relationship classes, foundation class, one that I'm starting with tomorrow. Check out running, get your bars done. All of this stuff starts removing these places where we've learned to create relationships from necessity. Okay, so my internet went a little wonky there, but it isn't true. Necessity isn't true. You want to deeply look at it, change it, clear it. And I hope this helps. Alright, the question is, if this, thank you for letting me know it helps, because sometimes I'm wondering who's listening to this. So yeah, look at this, look at it, whether it's a necessity and a choice. And if it was a total choice, what would you choose that would truly work for you? Alright, thank you so much. See you all next time. If there's any question you guys have on any topics, feel free to write to me using the form in my link, and I will do my best to facilitate it using the Access Consciousness tools. Okay, this is just information I can give you in 10 minutes. If you really have to look, I've had to work personally on many areas of my life. Okay, so I've done some deep work. Okay, whilst asking these questions, there's a place where that's required as well, so you may want to look into that as well. So thank you for being here, thank you for listening, thank you for asking, and what else is possible. Bye bye.